Hi, Bill from CJ Pony Parts. In this month's Staff Stangs feature, we're going to take a look at CJ Pony 1, 68 Mustang Coupe owned by Jay, the owner here at CJ's. Jay, tell us a little about the Mustang that started the company.
Well, I found the 68 Mustang in Mechanicsburg, and it was sitting in someone's front yard, and what it was a shed. It was used for storing lawn chairs, bales of hay. It was pretty much a lawn ornament, so I instantly fell in love with it, and it was cool because it was a Mustang, and I wanted it to drive to school.
And what year was that you bought it?
I bought it April Fool's Day, 1984. No one was very fond of it. Everybody kind of laughed at me, but I thought it was cool and I wanted to have it. So it actually took me till August of '84 to finish it. And at that time it was had air shocks, painted bright blue. It was had Keystone Classics on it, and it was quite the cool car. I actually drove it to school to take my high school girlfriend back to school the next year after I graduated.
So is this the factory color?
This is the factory color. We painted it probably about 15 years ago now, back to original. Seafoam green. Like I said, I originally in '84 it was painted a dark Mazda blue because I like that.
The vinyl top's factory, it always had it?
Factory vinyl top.
And when was the last time this car was restored?
This car was restored in 2000 by our shop. Our shop restored it. Back to the original color, original interior. It's a limited car. It has a comfort weave bench seat in it. There's air conditioning. It's 302 4-barrel, automatic. It's a quick little car.
You made a nice driver out of it. Obviously it's lowered.
Now it is lowered, yes. It handles very nice. It runs very nice.
Still a 302 4-barrel in it?
Yes. Original 302 4-barrel with the C4 automatic.
How often do you drive it? Do you take it to local shows or anything?
Pretty much stays in the showroom now at this point in time. It,
kind of irreplaceable.
Yes, yes. I don't drive it much. My son loves it. I had it out this summer because we needed to get it out of the showroom, and I assume when my son goes to high school, he'll start driving it, maybe.
So I know when you purchased this car, it kind of is what led to CJ Pony Parts. Tell us a little about that story.
Yeah, when I originally looked at the car, I took my girlfriend who laughed at me, my sisters who laughed at me, and I took my best friend Creed there to look at it. And Creed was the only one that saw any potential in the car, so we together bought it. We actually brought a battery, a can of gas, and some ether to get the thing running, and we fired it up and paid the $400 and drove her home. And after working on it that summer and getting it done, he had to go back to school. I had already graduated, and he realized that he needed one too. So we found another one for Creed, and we started working on it, but the floors were too rusted out. It was more than we could take on. So we used that one for parts, bought a third one, and made the two into one. But in 1984, there wasn't places like CJ's. There wasn't very many anyway. So we went to junkyards, combed them for fenders and quarters, and there was no reproduction at the time. So we'd gather up parts, and whatever we needed, we assumed everybody else needed. So we parted out, painted them flat black, took them to Yorktown and Carlisle at the time, and started selling the parts. And we realized that these $100 cars, we could make a few $100s on, so we took the money, reinvested it, and kept buying more and more cars until we had 8, 10 cars, as many as his dad would let us store on the farm, and kept parting them out. And that's how CJ's began because of this car. And like I said, we did one for Creed, and we kept going, and here we are today. Creed retired about 5 years ago now, 3 years ago, I'm sorry, 3 years ago. And, but that's how it all started.
Very cool, thank you.
Creed and I saw a vision.
And any future plans for it, or kind of leave it alone and just keep it for the keepsake that it is?
I think now it might become one of the test vehicles you guys install new parts on. It's a nice driver, but it's still 1968. So we need to.
Still drives like a 1968.
Yeah, it still drives like a 1968. It can use a lot more creature comforts. The air conditioning is ice cold. The stereo is decent, but it could definitely use some improvements, some modern technology.
Great, well thanks for telling us about it.
No problem.